Welcome back, Renegades. Today we have a deck profile for Red Yellow Sabo. More of a meme deck, but it's still fun. All matches will be timestamped in the description, as well as the deck profile. If you're enjoying the content, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel tremendously. Alright, let's get into it. This is a fun little deck here with Red Yellow Sabo. The idea of the deck is to kind of burn them out with the Nico Robin and the Kid. And then at the top end, bring in the Goldie Roger when they have 0 life and just kind of cheese them out. We do run a couple copies of Basil Hawkins as well. Sabo, starter deck 13, red white, 5k leader, 4 life. Don 1, activate main. Once per turn, you can add 1 card, cost 3 or higher character with 7,000 power or higher to the top of your life face up to give up to one of your characters plus 2,000 power until the start of your next turn. So we are running some blockers here, so it's a good target. You know, we can make Koala a 9k block or an 8k blocker or a 6k blocker Karasu. We're running 2 copies of Yamato from EVO1. This is just a 2k force. It's a 5/5, so a couple Dawn, we can put it on top of life, and then it always will help on the field because activate main once per turn. You can give 1 rested card, Dawn card, to your leader or one of your characters. So it's just a way for us to feed our leader the Dawn it needs to activate its ability. We are running mostly a Revolutionary Army build, the Karasu from OP05. It's too good of a card to not run. It's a 4/5 1k counter on play. If your leader type is Revolutionary Army, which Sabo is, we get to give up to one of our opponent's leaders or characters minus 1,000 power during this turn. And then when attacking, if this character has 7,000 or power or more, you can give up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 1,000 power. So ideally, if we can swing another body, put it to life, we can give Karasu the 2,000 as well. And then he'll be a 7k to give the leader another minus 1,000. Running 4 copies. Koala, it's a 2/3, 2k counter, mostly just a 2k. But on play, if your leader has the Revolutionary type, you give up to one of your opponent's characters power minus 3,000 for this turn. Just kind of helping us go over blockers if we need to. 4 copies. 4 copies of the Revolutionary Army Searcher, Bello Betty. It's a 1/2, 1k counter. On play, look at top 5, reveal 1 Revolutionary Army that's not Bello Betty. Put it in your hand, rest bottom of your deck. It's a pretty standard Searcher. From OP06, we're bringing in Imperial Ivankov. It's a 5/6, no counter. On play, look at the top 3. Play up to 1 Revolutionary type character card with 5,000 or less. Then return the remaining cards to the bottom of your deck in any order. So another way for us to swarm the board. Can find us a card. It can hit the Karasu, which is relevant. And it can hit some of our other characters as well. We're running 3 copies of Dragon from OP07. It's 8/9, no counter. Has rush, so just the turn before Goldie Roger, we can bring this down, give our leader or somebody else 2 rested Dawn, kind of pushing him up to the 7k boundary. This guy is kind of cool. I like putting him back into life too. That way, especially against Blackbeard, because they can't lock it down with their 10 drop, and then you just take the hit, and you're good to go. We're running 3 copies of Goldie Roger here. It's a secret rare from OP09. This is a 10/13, no counter with rush. When your opponent activates blocker, if you or your opponent have 0 life, you win the game. So like I said, we're trying to burn. This is more of a mimic deck. I mean, Sabo is a good leader, and you can build it different ways, but I just was trying to go with like a burn aspect and having Goldie Roger at the top end. So 3 copies. 4 copies of Karasu from OP09. It's the 3/4 1k counter blocker. Has a trigger ability if your leader has Revolutionary Army type and the total of you and your opponent's life cards is 5 or less. You get to play this from life, which is good. 3 copies of Koala from OP09. It's a 6/6, no counter, is a blocker. And on play, you can add the top or bottom of your life to your hand. Play up to 1 cost 4 or less Revolutionary Army character from your hand, and then draw a card. This has plenty of targets in the deck. One of our burn cards here, Nico Robin from OP09. It's a 6/6, 1k counter. On play, if your opponent has 3 or more life, trash up to one of the top cards of your opponent's life. And then it has trigger. You can play 1 cost 3 or less yellow character from your hand. So we can hit that trigger if we have a Karasu. And then, or the 1 copy of Lindbergh we have here. It's a 3/4 1K counter. On play, if the total of you and your opponent's life is 5 or less, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 2,000 power or less. And it has a trigger, same thing. If you and your opponent's life total is 5 or less, you get to play it from life. Koala can team up with the Lindbergh, similar to what the Kuma and Koala used to do. We are running 4 copies of this Kuma from OP09. It's a 4/5 2K counter, so it's a lethal body as well as a 2K. Has a trigger from life. If you and your opponent's life cards 5 or less, get to play it. Mostly a 2K, but it is a 5K body that can come out and apply some pressure, which is nice. If you got him on the field, a couple Dawn on him, make a 7K swing, put him to life, and you can replay him out, or you'll have the counter in hand when needed. We got 1 copy of Inazuma from OP10. It's a 4/5, just another lethal body, 1K counter. Dawn 1 when attacking. Rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost equal to or less than the total of you and your opponent's life cards. It's mostly a counter, but it is a lethal body. The effect is what it is. Has the same trigger. If you have 5 or less combined life, you get to play it. Running 2 copies of Ivankov from OP10, 5/6, 1K counter. Activate main once per turn. You can give up to 3 of your Revolutionary Army type characters plus 1,000 power until the end of the turn. Then you just put the top card of your life into your hand. So this is just a way to just kind of pump the team a little bit. Nothing crazy. It's a 5/6, so not badly statted. 2 copies of Basil Hawkins. It's a 4/5 1K counter. Lethal body. We don't really have as many ways to force them to take this guy out as we did in some of the other deck builds. But on KO, trash up to one of your cards from the top of your opponent's life. And then has trigger, draw 2, trash 1. So we're just running 2 copies here. We don't, like I said, we don't have a real good way to force them to take this guy out. But if they need to, he has the trigger ability from life as well. Running 2 copies of the 8-drop 9K Kid from OP10. On play, you may rest this character, trash up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards, and then end of turn, if your opponent has 2 or less life, you get to draw 1 and discard 1. So a little bit of filter. Also another one that we can put back into life to replay next turn to trash another life from them. 3 copies of Don't Underestimate a Miracle from OP9. It says counter, give it to one of your leader or characters plus 2,000 power during this battle. It is a 1-drop cheap counter. Has a trigger where you can play up to 1 character card with the trait Revolutionary Army and a cost of 4 or less from your hand. So not a bad little trigger here. Single copy of Flaming Dragon King from Starter Deck 13. It's a 2-drop counter. Give up to one of your leader or characters plus 4,000 power for this battle. Then look at all your life and you can put them back in any order. It has the trigger here. You can add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand. Place 1 card from your hand to the top of your life. So if we need to put a trigger on top of life, then we have an option here. But overall, this is just a fun little gimmick deck. There's not as much support right now, kind of doing the red, yellow burn style deck. But I thought it would be fun to put your opponent to 0 and then swarm Goldie Rogers. Red, yellow Sabo versus red, yellow Sabo. We're going to go first. Mulligan this. Not really sure how they're building their Sabo because there's a lot of different ways to build Sabo. So we'll see how it goes. We get our Dawn, pass turn. Garp. Okay. So they might be building more of like the Starter Deck 13 style. So 1, 2, 3. So we're 3 Dawn now. Doing this is irrelevant, right? 5 or less, which is not. We're just going to go 7K into life. And I got a counter. Alright, so they do have some Revolutionary Army build as well, I see. Alright, so Hiyori taking a life and then adding a life back to the top. Little Loopy, bringing out Rush Loopy. It's pretty good. Giving their leader a 2K rotation. So 6 coming into life, giving something Arrested Dawn, giving itself to him. I'm going to say no block. We're going to use our counter, go up to 7, and then we'll use our Nico Robin because they're already below 2 life. 7 into life we'll take. We're going to use the Karasu, get a blocker down. Alright. Let's go play down our Karasu, get the leader. So now the leader's only a 6K. And we're just going to pressure 6. Get to at least force a counter out of hand. Alright, pass turn. Alright, so we're going to use their mole gun here to get rid of our Karasu. Another Garp, searching up for Sabo, Ace, or Luffy. I grabbed the Ace, the 5-drop one. Alright, so they use the search event here, getting another Ace. Looks like little one this time. Alright, so 6, giving their leader the Dawn. They won't be able to use the leader effect, though. So we're going to counter here. They have a 6k body coming as well. We'll take this one. So we need to try to get rid of this Luffy here, and I think we can. Because this will give it -3, making it a 3k, and then this will still doesn't enough, not enough. I don't want to give all this out up for that. So I think I'm going to do the Koala to make that at least a 3k. Then I'm going to play Lindbergh down. Let's get rid of one of these Garps. Just get them out of the way. And then I'm going to go 6 into 3. Because we know they have 2 aces, so not really much counter power there. And then we'll leave this one open for a counter. Don't underestimate a miracle. So with what they have on the field, they can pressure, but it's going to take their entire Dawn investments to get there. Alright, Rush Ace coming down. That's pretty good. And they can also put it back to the top of life after they poke with it. We're going to take that one. Alright, we got an Ivankov, which is good. So they can go 8 here. Ace here, making this a 4. Oh, okay, they're going to just kind of loop this out. Another 7k swing. No block. So we got the dragon. Alright, so 8k in. Let's give that. We'll go here. And then we'll use Koala to counter out. That's only a 4k, so it doesn't really do anything. But they are 7k back for rotation. Alright. So we're at 9 Dawn here. Let's drop down our dragon. Give our leader some Dawn. We're going to go. I'm going to put an extra Dawn on the dragon and pressure this rested ace. So 10 into 7. Alright, clean that up. And then we'll go. Let's use the effect to put. Let's put Lindbergh. No, I can't. Let's put dragon back on top. And we'll give Lindbergh a power boost. Which isn't enough. It's only 6. That's fine. We're going to go 7. At least match the leader. I think they have another ace in hand, so that means that their last card has to be a counter card. Nope, they took the hit. So this doesn't mean that. But... Alright, we're just going to pass turn. We do have a blocker. We know they have the rush ace. Still another rush ace in hand. We only have 1 life. We have 1 blocker. I mean, they can definitely close us out. 7k swing coming in pretty hard. We'll take that. No trigger. So that's still 5. Now they have 4 to work with. We only have 1 counter. So they want to go 6, 5. Okay, they want to go 5 here. No block, plus 1 counter. And now if they want to go 6, we're going to have to use this. That's their turn. So now we have the dragon. Which is not what I wanted to do. But it's what happened. 11 in, we know that's going to connect. Wasn't what I wanted to do, but it is what happened. Alright. So they use the trigger off the search, which is fine. Put dragon back on top, give Lindbergh a little power. Let's go 6 into 5, forcing another 2k out of hand. And then we'll go 7, forcing 3k worth of counter. Alright, we got it. So we have red, yellow, Sabo versus red, purple, sugar. We're going to go first. We're going to keep this. We do have our searcher, a couple 2ks, way to cheat out more characters. So we're going to use our search first. Let's grab Karasu and pass turn. It's got their Dawn, passing it back to us. 3 here, we don't really have anything to do with that. So we're just going to go 5 with our Bello Betty. We're going to use I Can Never Forgive, getting a Rosinati, and ramping a Dawn. They do take that hit. And the trigger was giving our leader minus 10,000. Okay. So we just pass it over to him. Yeah, they can have the Bello Betty. Playing Rosinati down here, trashing an event to draw 2 cards. Then in turn, if they have 7 or more Dawn, they get to set 2 Dawn as active, which they're not quite there. Alright, over to us. So we're at 5 Dawn now. We're going to play down our Ivankov here. Let's grab our blocker, throw that into play for free. And then we're just going to pressure a 5k swing. We should have pressured 5 first before we did all this. If we could have found a Karasu, possibly, would have been a nice little 4k. Take that second hit, down to 2 life. We're just going to pass turn. All right, so they're at 7 Dawn now, which means now they can start activating their Dawn at the end of turn, which is where Sugar really picks up momentum in the game. 6M, we're just going to give them that 2K we have hiding here. There it is. All right, blocker down for them. So if they're on KO, they can Dawn 1 to get a purple event back. So it's like 2 of those, and they've only got the search one. So 5K swing into life here. We're going to just give them the Nico Robin since they're already at 2 life. All right, there's the Goldie Roger that we're trying to get the top end to. So we're going to play down our blocker. We're going to take our top life, and then we're going to play down Karasu, giving the leader minus 1,000. I cannot use this effect because I don't have a 7K body. So we're just going to go 6 into life, 6 into 4 here. Slow beam. Sword. Yeah, the beam sword. They're going to rest our leader more than likely. So they went up to 6 here. They still need to counter again. They rested our Karasu. Okay. So they were able to ramp it Dawn. Now we will go. Let's go 5 with our blocker. So 5 into 4, forcing some more counter. All right. They're going to use an event here. Hell's Judgment, looks like. Giving our leader minus 3,000, so the leader can't swing. Just going to pass turn. So I kind of want them to save their blockers, but I think they're going to start using them now that they actually have good targets in their trash with the Hell's Judgment. So 6 into 4 here. We're going to say no block, and we're going to counter out into the Karasu. We're going to use our 6K blocker. If they want to go after Karasu, they're going to have to utilize. They can have that one. All right, so they're going to play Doflamingo down. Assuming going Dawn 1, then playing out Senor Pink. That seems to be the normal play line. Nope, another Razanati, which is good. So they're going to be able to ready like 5 Dawn, which is just insane. That is so good. All right, so we're at 9 Dawn here, 9. So we're going to go Dragon, giving Karasu the 2 rested Dawn. And we're going to pressure a 7K into the leader, making Sugar a 4K body. Using Doflamingo's effect here, they can rest a Dawn to ramp a Dawn. Going Dawn 1, Hell's Judgment. Okay. We still end up taking that hit. And the trigger was just a ramp a Dawn. Okay. So now we're going to use our leader effect here. We're going to put Karasu. Oh, we can't put Karasu. We're going to cancel that because, yeah, that's rough. All right. So now we're just going to pressure a 6K into life with our Ivankov. Use our blocker here. Presuming to grab another Hell's Judgment. They got the beam. So give up to 1 and then rest a character. All right. So we're going to go Dragon. Let's go 9 into the Razanati. And then we're going to use the leader effect here to bounce our Dragon back to the top of life, giving our blocker plus 2,000 for rotation. And now we're just going to pressure a 6K into 4. So if they want to use the beam or whatever, they're still going to have to counter us some more. And we have 4 life, so this is going to put them up to 6, and then they can rest our blocker. They still have to give us another counter out of hand. Now I took that last life. All right, we're just going to pass the turn. So we have an 8K rested blocker. We have 4 life, and they've only got 4 swings if they invest the Dawn that they have. And now we do have Goldie Roger for next turn. If they try to hide behind their blocker. All right, so they're going to use Mulgun here, -5 to something, and then KO at 2 or less. So they're going to give it to our blocker here. So our blocker is only now a 3K because we had given it a 2K power boost. I'm assuming they didn't realize that. So 9 into 5 here. Yeah, I got that. We're going to have to let the board go because we only have a 2K in hand. I guess it depends on what they swing. Like if we can save the Ivankov with a 2K, we will. Just to give us another body. So 5 into 3. Yep. I mean, they'll be able to get some of the Dawn back. So this is going to be a big swing here. They got that as well. And now they have 2 open Dawn. That's it. I mean, they're going to get 2, 3. All right. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to try down Goldie Roger. We're going to go 13 into life. See what they have for counter power. using their Doflamingo effect to ramp a Dawn. Alright, so up to 9, 12. Alright, we got it. Red Yellow Sabo versus Blue Doffy. We are going to keep this opener. Alright, opponent's going to play down a Sengoku, getting a Boa Hancock from Star Deck 17, their blocker. Alright, over to us. We're going to draw our 2. We're going to play down our Searcher. And let's grab a Revolutionary Army, Koala, 2K, and we're just going to pass turn. So we are running cards in here like Nico Robin and Kid, trying to trash down the opponent's life a little bit and being able to recycle them with our leader. All right, so 2 on leader, they're going to pressure a 7K using their leader effect, playing down Buggy, so they get to rearrange the top of their deck. So we could counter this. We are 4 life leader, so I don't want to take that first hit. So we're going to say no block. We're going to give them a 2K and a 1. We're going to pressure the Buggy with the Velo Betty. Kind of see what we can do here. So they're going to play down Karasu, giving their leader minus 1K. And then we're just going to go 2 with our Bello Betty into their rested Buggy. See if they want to give a counter up for that. Okay. And then we'll just go 5 into 4 with our leader. And pass turn. So they can counter back into the Bello Betty if they want to. Alright, Boa coming down as their blocker. Alright, rearrange the top of their deck. And they give their leader a rested Dawn. Or character if they want to. So just going to give Buggy, go 4 probably there. Yeah, that's fine. They have a 5K swing here if they want it. We'll take this one. We do get a koala blocker. Alright. So we're going to play down Ivankov. We're going to grab Karasu, playing that, giving their leader. Let's give the leader minus 1. So only at this character 7K power do we get to do that, huh? So we don't have the extra Dawn to do it. So we're going to use the Karasu here just to pressure into this Buggy. And then we'll go 6K into life, 6 into 4. Alright. And then we'll just pass turn. They did take that hit. So we have the Karasu blocker as well. The Koala blocker. I think next turn is going to be Nico Robin. Another Boa blocker for them. We have 8 Dawn next turn, so technically we could play down Kid if we want to and trash their life in lieu of the Nico Robin if we need to use it as a counter. I'm not sure if we want to save the Karasu or not. This isn't built like Bello Betty normally does. We'd have to give them 3K worth of counter, and that's all we'd really have to protect it. Yeah, let's force another attack into it. We're going to force them to have, if they want to pressure it again, they're going to have to use their blocker. So 8 Dawn here. We could play down Koala. So let's do this. We're going to pressure 7 into life here first with our Ivankov. And counter out. Going to use our leader effect here. Put the Ivankov back on, giving Karasu plus 2,000, making it a 7K swing. We're going to pressure the leader, making it a 4K body now. They're going to use a blocker here. I think we're going to play our blocker. We're going to take top life. And then we get to play the Karasu down. So we're just going to pressure another 6K into life with Sabo. Swinging this 5 into the 6 doesn't matter, so we're just going to pass turn. No reason putting the Karasu under threat of snapback with, they can just do a simple block. But we do have the Karasu blocker, and we also have the Koala blocker. We have 1K worth of counter. All right, so opponent's going to play down Teach, so we're going to activate that ability. Yep. Feeding their leader. We're going to go 7 here. No block. We're going to give them that counter. They still got plenty of Dawn. 6 Dawn to work with. They did get a Weeble off of the leader effect. Tapping out. Okay, what are they dropping? Jozu. Makes sense. They put our 6K blocker back in hand. Not most ideal, but they have another 6. So they won't be able to pressure. 6 into 7. No block. They can do it again if they want. All right, back over to us. Trying to think what we want to do here. I think we're going to go 7 with our Karasu, making their leader a 4K. Did you take this hit? We're going to put 1 on our leader, using the leader effect here to put this Karasu to life, giving the other Karasu plus 2. So we're going to go 7. Now it's a 7 into 3. I take that hit as well. Going to play down Ivankov. We cannot grab... Yeah, we can't grab anything. So we could pressure a 6K here. Let's go 6 into 3 with our Karasu blocker. And then we have a 7 or another 6K into 3. We'll use our Boa blocker here and assuming countering out. Pass turn. We still have 4 life. When they got a good sized board here, we have a 2K. That's it. 7K here. We're going to take this one. They pressure another 7K. 6. Realistically, we only have to counter out of one of these hits. So we'll see what they want to do. 6. We're going to give them that 2K. And now they can pressure these other 3 into life if they want to. So 8K swing. 9. We'll take that. We got the dragon off the top, which is good for another rush body coming down. 8 into life here. We're going to take another 2K. So they can give, this make us a 7. We're going to go 2 and 1. All right, they only got 4 cards, and we got it. All right, good game. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.